may be a favor that only you can provide.
That's something that the BCPD should find out.
I wish you knew the Brooklyn that I do.
It's not enough, but it's all I can do.
Tell me that you want the same thing. It's just one thing holding me back.
Come on, Lucky, you gotta stay with me.
General Hospital latest update. Josslyn takes matters into her own hands, killing Cyrus in a shocking showdown. Willow crushes Drew's hopes of moving in together, while Jason struggles with vengeance. Brooklyn drops a bombshell on Chase, and Lucky fights for his life after Cyrus' deadly attack. Don't miss these jaw-dropping twists. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital. Josslyn kills Cyrus as Willow rejects Drew's move-in offer. General Hospital recap for Josslyn. Jax, Eden McCoy, killed Cyrus Renault, Jeff Kober, and called Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, while Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, rejected Drew Quartermain's, Cameron Matheson, move-in offer. In the cemetery, Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, talked to Sam McCall's, Kelly Monaco, grave since he was torn between what he wanted and what she would want. Jason knew Cyrus was to blame for Sam's demise and clearly wanted to avenge her, but he ultimately vowed to always do what was best for Danny Morgan, Asher Antonison. At Drew's new house, Willow pumped the brakes on moving in with him since she just moved the kids back to Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watrose, place and wanted to give them stability. Plus, Wiley Corinthos, Byron Weaver, was under the impression that once Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, got better, they'd be a family again. Willow hadn't told Wiley about their split and was reluctant to come clean while Michael was away at the clinic. Drew seemed disappointed, but he assured Willow that she was worth waiting for. Once Drew made sure Willow got home, he was surprised to find Jason in his living room. Jason insisted he wanted to make peace, but Drew wondered why he'd ever want to do that. That's when Jason argued they should do it for Sam. At Elizabeth Baldwin's, Rebecca Herbst, place, Lucky Spencer, temporarily played by Guy Wilson, removed the syringe from his thigh, but Cyrus tried to strangle him and got him down on the floor. The digitalis quickly took a toll on Lucky, so Liz did chest compressions while waiting for paramedics to arrive. Cyrus managed to flee in the chaos, but it wasn't long until the cops put an APB out on him. Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, Laura Collins, Jeannie Francis, and Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, were in the middle of a meeting about all the Esplanade drama when the call about Lucky came in. Laura rushed to the hospital, where Elizabeth alerted Isaiah Gannon, saw Andy Wilson, to the digitalis injection that was affecting Lucky. Liz also spilled the whole Cyrus story to Laura and left her horrified over her brother's mission. Aiden Weber, Colin Cassidy, came home and overheard what happened to Lucky, so he got more updates and headed to General Hospital as well. Anna found out Cyrus' car was headed for the woods, so Jordan planned to look in her old file and try to nail down where he was going. At the Savoy, Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, sought Stella Henry's, Vernay Watson, help building a relationship with a particular politician so that he could hopefully fight back against Drew. At Deception, Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens-Bruning, admitted to Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, that her issues with Brooklyn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, stemmed from how accepted she'd become during Lulu's time in a coma. Dante understood why Lulu was feeling pushed aside and urged her to keep quiet about the infertility struggles he mentioned. Lulu got a phone call about Lucky getting rushed to GH, so she dashed over there with Dante. Once Brooklyn came home to find rose petals on the floor and shirtless Chase waiting in their bed, they talked about their derailed family plans. Brooklyn insisted adoption was a great alternative, but Chase went on and on about how he was robbing her of experiencing a pregnancy. Brooklyn finally blurted out that she'd had a baby before and stunned Chase in the process. At Cyrus' hideout, Josslyn found the medical ID bracelets that Cyrus had collected from his victims, including Sam and Dex Heller, Evan Hofer. Joss made a pic of the evidence using her phone, but then Cyrus appeared in the doorway looking like a total menace. Cyrus grabbed an axe and planned to kill Josslyn for interfering in his mission, but she whipped out Dex's gun and pumped 2 bullets in him. Cyrus said now Josslyn was the murderer before he took his last breath. Josslyn was rattled as she made sure Cyrus was dead and ultimately called Brennan for help. Brennan came right over and took in the scene as he gazed down at Cyrus' body on the floor. General Hospital spoilers say Brennan will do whatever he can to clean up this mess, so stick with us for more predictions on all the shocking news to come. Today's next update: Cyrus' mission is finally brought to an end by, spoiler, General Hospital. Brooke Lynn finally tells Chase the truth. Curtis asks his Aunt Stella for a favor, and Willow gives Drew an answer, just not the one he hoped for. Brooke Lynn comes home to find Chase lying on the bed in sexy red undies and rose petals strewn around the bedroom. She likes the way he thinks. He says Valentine's Day isn't over yet, and they kiss. She feels so lucky to have a great husband like him, which dampers the mood, as he feels he's the reason she can't have a baby. He can give her an evening of romance, but it's not enough. He dresses, and she tells him they took vows, for better or worse, and yes, this isn't what they expected. However, they can still have a family and they can adopt or foster. She points out how much Ned loves Leo, and that Monica loves Jason as her own, even though he's not her biological son. She says no matter how they bring a child into their family, they'll do it together, and that child will be part of both of them. He, however, wants her to experience what it is like to have a baby of her own, the miracle of pregnancy. She finally blurts out that she's already had a baby. Dante schools Lulu. At the deception offices, Dante tells Lulu that Chase and Brooke Lynn just found out they can't have a baby. Lulu feels awful about what she said to Brooke Lynn about having the perfect husband with whom she'd have perfect babies. She wonders how Brooke Lynn is doing, and Dante tells her the problem is with Chase. Lulu feels bad for Brooke Lynn and Chase, but she knows Brooke Lynn is single-minded and wants to go after what she wants, and what she wants now is a baby. Dante points out they know what it's like to be parents, and he wants that for Brooke Lynn and Chase. He just wishes Lulu knew the Brooke Lynn that he knows. Lulu dives into the past and knows Dante has a history with Brooke Lynn. They've known one another forever. She says BLQ knows things about him that she doesn't. They get into Carly's scheme to use Brooke Lynn to break them up. Dante says that was the past, and he and Brooke Lynn have become good friends, and that's it. There is nothing else between them. Lulu admits she has lost 4 years, and their lives kept going. She says Dante is friends with Brooke Lynn, Tracy and Brooke Lynn are close, and she has become besties with Maxie. Lulu wonders if there is room for her in their lives any longer. Lulu feels bad for Brooke Lynn. They know what it's like to struggle for a family, and now Brooke Lynn can't have the family she wants. She thinks she should apologize, but Dante says she can't. Chase told him about their fertility issues, and only him. No one else knows. They're interrupted when Jordan calls to tell them about Lucky. Cyrus injects Lucky. At Liz's place, she's on the phone with 911 as Lucky knocks Cyrus down. That's when she sees Cyrus had already stuck Lucky in the leg with the digitalis syringe. Cyrus gets up and fights with Lucky, and begins strangling him. On the phone, Liz tells 911 she needs the police and an ambulance as Cyrus has injected Lucky with digitalis. Cyrus runs as Lucky passes out. Liz begins compression on her ex and tells him, "Stay with me, Lucky." Anna, Laura and Jordan have a meeting. Anna meets with Laura and Jordan in the mayor's office. They discuss Drew's proposal to take Sunny's peers from him for the Esplanade. They can't decide who is worse, Sunny, Drew or Sidwell. They discuss how Sunny can manipulate the system, and Anna reveals Drew made it clear he wants to help her take down Sunny any way he can. Jordan doesn't like that Drew's aligned himself with Jen's, but Anna thinks it makes sense that if they take Sunny's ports, they can take down Sunny. Jordan brings up the fact that Drew's main motive is to get to Sunny, but also get revenge on Jason. Laura is worried about Sidwell, given what they know about him, and Anna agrees that Sidwell is a problem. Jordan argues Sidwell is an unknown, and they know how to deal with Sunny. Jordan worries about Drew's motives and the power he wields as a congressman. They all agree that Drew may be someone they can't trust. Anna thinks it's time the PCPD investigates Drew and his motives. They are interrupted when Anna gets a call about Cyrus, and Liz calls Laura to tell her about Lucky. Later, Anna arrives at Liz's place, where another officer fills her in on what happened. An APB is put out on Cyrus. As she vents about what happened and how Lucky could now die, Aiden shows up at the door and says, "What?" Drew surprises Willow with the house he bought, not just for him and Scout, but for her and all their kids. He says it's too big for just him and Scout, and he always intended it to be their home. He asks her to move in with him. Willow is unsure, as her kids have moved from the Quartermains to Nina's, and back and forth. She wants them to have a stable home. Drew believes they can give them a stable home here. He paints a picture of each kid having their own room and a swing set in the back. Plus, they could be able to relax and breathe for the first time in a long time and enjoy their new life together. He wants this place to be the first step to their future together. She reminds him that she's still legally married to Michael, and Wiley is expecting his dad to come home and that they'll all be together again. She tells him this move feels wrong right now. He asks her to let her know when she's ready. She wants to wait until Michael recovers and returns home from the clinic. He says the house is going nowhere, and he offers to take her home to her beautiful kids. Jason makes a choice. Out of jail, Jason heads to Sam's grave to contemplate his next move. He wants to kill Cyrus, but wonders what Sam would want him to do. Sasha's words echo with him, and he knows Sam would want him not to put his need for vengeance above what is best for Danny and cost him his father. He decides to choose what's best for their son. Jason shows up at Drew's place. He wants to make peace. Drew asks, "Why the hell would I want to make peace with you?" Curtis needs a favor. At the Savoy, Stella arrives as the evening wraps up, because her favorite nephew called her for a nightcap. Portia has to leave, and tells Curtis she'll see him at home. Stella asks Curtis what this is really about. Curtis and Stella sit down to talk. He needs a favor only she can provide, and brings up her friendship with Congressman Doug Henderson. Curtis wants her to facilitate a meeting between them, as he needs to stop Drew, who is not the man they knew. He says Drew has made it clear he will block any of his projects, and he's become vindictive. Stella says she'd be happy to help her nephew. She knows Drew is a powerful man who is coming for him, and that is because Curtis dared to hold a mirror up to him and show him what he's become. Plus, she holds Doug in high regard, so he should know what a snake Drew is before working with him. She tells Curtis how proud she is of him. The rush to save Lucky. Lucky is brought into General Hospital, and another doctor performs compressions on him. Liz informs Isaiah that Cyrus injected Lucky with digitalis. Everyone else called soon arrives. Liz sits down with Laura and fills her in on what happened. Laura is stunned. Liz explains to her that Cyrus felt he had been given a mission by God to release the souls of patients trapped between the living and the dead. Laura is appalled by what her brother has been doing, but is confused, as Sam was healthy. She then cries, "Lulu?" Liz tells her how sorry she is, but Cyrus tried to save Lulu in his twisted way as well, and he's why Lulu's liver failed. Anna arrives with Aiden, and Liz asks her to stay with Laura while she talks to Anna. Later, Dante approaches Anna and assumes this is Cyrus doing. He says to hell with protocol, he is going to find the bastard. Anna says she won't stop him as they can use all the help they can get. Later they get a call from the officer at Liz's house, and Cyrus has been seen headed towards the woods outside of Port Charles. They wonder what is there. Just then, Isaiah arrives, and everyone rushes over as he has news about Lucky. Laura asks if her son will live. Cyrus meets his maker. Joss breaks into Austin's cabin, where Cyrus has been carrying out his twisted plans. She searches around and finds an envelope of hospital bracelets from patients, including the one Cyrus stole from Dex's body in the morgue, and Sam's. Suddenly, Cyrus appears in the doorway and notes she shouldn't be here. He grabs an axe that's outside and points it at her. She cries that he's a monster and that he killed Dex and Sam. Cyrus says they interfered with the mission, and he can't let her do that either. Joss pulls out Dex's gun, aims it at Cyrus as he rushes her, and pulls the trigger. She hits him square in the chest, and he goes down. Before he dies, he tells Joss she's a murderer now, too. She walks over, kicks his legs, and then takes the axe away. She feels for a pulse, but there is none. She then calls Jack, asking for help. The show ends with Jack arriving at the cabin door and surveying the scene. Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.